All right. What is the Multicultural Greek Council?
Well, it is something new at Ball State. We are hoping, once they get recognized as a student organization, that they will provide leadership, governance for our multicultural Greek organization. So not our Black fraternities and sororities, because they report under the National Pan-Hellenic Conference. But with MGC, the Multi-Greek Council, we are looking for 3 groups that will be part of this. It will definitely be Gamma Phi Omega sorority and Phi Iota Alpha fraternity. And then in the fall, we also have a new group joining us, which is Gamma Rho Lambda. And these are women who are interested in bringing a lesbian transgender sorority to Ball State. So they will fall under the Multicultural Greek Council.
Why was this council necessary for Ball State's campus?
I think there's a number of reasons why it was necessary. The fraternity and sorority that currently are Latina-based weren't necessarily having the same issues or concerns as our MPHC fraternities and sororities, as well as our MPC and NIC fraternities and sororities. And so this is a great way for us to have a 4th council that really can program and address the needs of our Latino students.
What all goes into creating a new council?
A lot goes into creating a new council. First of all, they need to have an executive board, which they've now selected. They have a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer representing 2 of the groups, so representing members from Gamma Phi Omega and Phi Iota Alpha. And once they have that in place, it's been about 2 weeks now. Now they're busy putting together their constitution and their bylaws as an organization. They will turn that into our student activities committee, who will review all of that information and then approve them as a student organization. And when I just looked at my paperwork, they don't have their paperwork in as of yet, so this will be fall semester where they'll need to get that in to be approved then as a student organization.
Okay. So is this council going to be permanent, or is it just temporary, trying to figure out?
No, it really is going to be permanent. One of the things that's essential is that this council will report to a national council. So there is a national multi-Greek council that they will report directly to, much like our MPC sororities, our NIC fraternities, and our MPHC. So they will be a small component of a larger national organization.
Why hasn't there been a smaller component, the Multicultural Greek Council, here before this year?
Probably because there was only 2 groups, a sorority and a fraternity, and usually when you go to other college campuses, there needs to be at least 3 or 4 different organizations. And now that we have this 3rd sorority coming in, it's time for them to kind of break away. I also think they were challenged again with the fact that they didn't really fall under MPHC, and as a national organization, MPHC wasn't really excited to have 2 Latino-based fraternities and sororities in the MPHC. So I think it's just it's time, and it's just the perfect time to kind of break away.
Sounds good. So how do you see this council fitting in with the other councils?
Well, they're going to have a great deal of opportunity to fit in. They're going to be able to do a lot of leadership development with the other councils. They will meet with them weekly to talk about what each council is doing and how they can collaborate and work together. They'll be invited to our president's retreat, where all of our executive board members of all of our councils come together with our chapter presidents and kind of work on the Greek community as a whole. So I think it's going to be a great thing, but they have their work cut out for them. There's going to be a lot of things they need to do.
Yeah. So can you talk to me about what the 3rd organization is?
Yes. Again, the 3rd organization that's coming, that is an interest group right now, is Gamma Rho Lambda. They are actually working with that national organization to petition them to be a fully functioning interest group. So there are 16 women who are either lesbian, transgender, or an ally that wants to bring this sorority to Ball State, and then they would fall under the Multi-Greek Council. So we're excited to have them.
So how far are they along with the creation process?
They just turned in their petition and all of their money to the national organization, and we've yet to hear back from the national organization on whether they are officially a colony. But as soon as we hear back, then they will be in the colony status, which means they will work for full membership.
Okay, so what goes into working for full membership?
Oh my goodness, you name it. They would have to do a number of service projects as an organization. They would need to have a fully functioning executive board, constitution, bylaws. They would also need to go through a new member education period with the sorority, as well as academically probably be above a 2.5 or higher, depending on what the national organization states. They would also need to be able to prove or show the national organization that this isn't a one-time thing, that these 16 women can reinvent themselves and maybe get 30 women or 40 women involved in this organization, that they can be sustainable over time.
Okay. My last question will be, so I know this council is new, but will it do the same thing as the other councils on campus?
I would imagine they would. They would definitely be the governing body of specifically the fraternity and sorority we already have here, plus the third sorority coming on. So they would, there would be a judicial component to it. They would hear judicial cases if any of those groups got in trouble. They would program for the campus and try to make sure the campus is aware of local traditions as well as national fraternity and sorority traditions. They would meet weekly. They would have an advisor and, again, hopefully program throughout the whole year in collaboration with the other councils.
Okay. All right, that's it for me.
Great.
Thank you.
Why were
so
you
much.
interested in this?
Actually, I'm just interested in Greek life as a whole. I see that they do a lot of good things on campus. So once it came time for me to pick